Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. 806. 806. 806. Catching the vibe. 806. I love a night. 806. 806. 806. 806. Shout out G. 806. 806.
We're now in the mix with DJ Wolfka.
D-Melvin, you already know what it is. It's your boy Melly Mellon. This is the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. This is 806 The Show. We have a fantastic show for y'all today. As always, I'm joined by my co-host to the left, former YS Hooper, Chinese food connoisseur, the heavyweight champion of the world. Make some noise for REG.
What up, guys?
Welcome back, my guy.
I almost messed up my lefts and rights. I'm like,
Again.
On my,
You're a lefty.
you got that.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't mess that up. And my co-host to the right, former Salem High football captain, inventor of the Santi special, the suntan Superman himself. Make some noise for Santi.
Let's go. Thank you.
And joining us,
Here we go.
a very, very special guest. We've all, depending on what your age, mostly everybody here, most of the viewers, you've heard him throughout your whole childhood. Make some noise from Jamming 94.5.
Yes,
Make
sir.
some noise for Santi, everybody.
It makes me feel old when you had presented it like that, but I guess I am 45, so I've been around for like a while though. So thank you.
As I'm saying it, I was like, damn, I'm making me feel old.
No.
Listen,
I talk about my age like all the time, so I don't shy away at all. I'm 45
good.
years old.
You look
and
good,
I'm
though.
fine.
You look good.
Oh, thank you.
Before we get into your illustrious career in the radio, we are a sports show, so we're going to talk a little bit about sports.
Yes, sir.
And you've been in Boston, in the Boston area, quite some time.
Yeah.
So my first question is, if any of the four major sports, which one do you think you're more connected to or you watch more?
Oh, it's super clear. For me, I grew up playing baseball, played baseball in college, played after, and it was a huge part of my life for at least like 35 years. So for me, it's always going to be the Red Sox.
Perfect.
Specifically through the Pedro years.
Yes.
And when Pedro was pitching, man, I was absolutely captivated every time he was on the mound. And after, like the last couple of years, I did some content stuff. I was doing content at the Hall of Fame, and I got the opportunity to actually spend some time with him and his wife.
Perfect.
Multiple years. So I was asking him some really like dynamic things about baseball, about the Red Sox. So it's always going to be the Red Sox. But obviously, as of late, because what I do for work, the Patriots come up more often.
Right.
So I find myself talking about the Patriots a lot, like just a lot more than I would prefer. But I would always go Red Sox.
It's funny you bring up the Pedro thing, because that was like
the best era.
now.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, because we have the sports podcast, we kind of, it's our job to be a little more like pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
But there was a good decade where I would want the Red Sox to win, obviously.
After David Ortiz to
Yeah.
like 2020.
It was a watch. Because once, like, us being Dominican, we grew up when, like, it really felt like DR had their own team in the Red Sox. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pedro, David, Manny Ramirez. So once those players left, it kind of was like,
Yeah.
Mookie's cool, but like, you know what I mean, at the time.
But I was like an adult at the time when the Red Sox had not won anything. And then they won the series in 2004. And I remember the build up to that and being like old enough and like, I was 24 and I got to experience it, and it was absolutely amazing. It was awesome. So that payoff was good. But then
19,
afterwards, it changed. It wasn't as special seeing them in the
wasn't.
playoffs.
No. I think losing made it more special. Like,
Oh, it absolutely did. Like, because they didn't win, you were always like
The curse.
fighting for that and like hunting for it. So definitely, yeah.
the lovable losers and
The
stuff.
curse of the Bambino.
Yeah.
like,
Facts. And that was such a
1980.
crazy.
Every
Yeah.
time
I
they
think
play
it was so fitting, because if you remember, 04 we won the title. 03, and I've said this on here.
Yeah.
I think we talked about like our most like devastating losses in our
Yes.
I
lives.
remember that one. So
Talking about the Aaron Boone thing?
Oh my God! Like, listen,
that was devastating.
Yeah.
like, I'll say it again just because like I've said it on this before, but like I remember literally, again, this is extra innings. I maybe a freshman, sophomore in high school. My dad usually was a strict father. He's like, listen, bedtime is bedtime, whatever. But this is Red Sox player, so I'm up late. Remember, this is extra innings. This is like the 13th, 14th innings. So
Yeah.
we up late. I remember being in that kitchen, watching my little kitchen TV, and first he swings. First thing I think everybody thought, foul ball. Then the camera angle changed. Yeah, and it's like, no, this is gone. I immediately, not saying to me and my father, didn't say one word. I went upstairs and cried myself to sleep into my chair.
It was devastating.
And literally in the morning, with tears in my eyes, begged him. Because growing up, like, we went from Boston, right? There's a lot of Yankee fans in the area.
Yeah.
So you knew the next day at school, for a Red Sox fan, was going to be hell. And I was just like, listen, I begged him, could I please stay home? And he let me stay home that time.
Oh, really?
He did leave me stay
Yeah.
home. So it was so fitting the next year after just getting our hearts completely torn. And again, being down 3-0 and you're just like,
that
oh my
was
God.
like crazy.
yeah.
The way they won.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, 3-1.
Playing with your heartstrings, honestly.
Yeah.
Literally.
During the Aaron Boone thing, I remember we had an event like, because it was Game 7, right?
Yeah.
So I think everybody assumed that they were going to win that game. We had an event in Boston. We invited like all these people there. And I remember watching the game, the home run hit. I remember getting up and just leaving, going home.
Yeah.
Because they like at
What do you
that
say?
point, yeah,
What do
because I remember everybody thought that was going to be the year. That was the year the Red Sox were going to win the series. That was finally like the first time they had the perfect team. And yeah, to lose it like that was hard. But I will say the payoff the following year was a lot better because you waited a year. And then again, being down 3-0 was awesome.
Yeah.
And especially like here's a question. Would it have been so sweet if 04 we didn't play the Yankees? We just beat the Kansas City Royals. We came back from 3-0 and 0.
No, it was good because of the
We needed
Yankees.
to.
It was perfect
It was
just
the
because it was that.
perfect-
Yeah.
It made it like a movie scene, basically.
Yes.
It was
They were
picture
filming-
perfect.
Who did we play in the World Series? That's how big.
Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. That's how big the.
And I'm pretty
People
sure
don't
the Red
care
Sox
about that.
swept them in 4,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
Like, people don't even care about that
It
part.
didn't matter. It could have been the 62 Yankees on the other. Like, we were not losing that World
Yeah.
Series. Like it didn't matter who we were playing. That was a good parade. Did I go to the 04 parade? I don't think I did. I think I used my I could skip school pass the year before. I don't think I was able to go.
Well, so have you been to all the parades then? Because since you were,
I went to
Boston
the
all the time?
04 parade. I went to, I think, the 2007 one, but after that, I have not gone to a parade. You know, I feel like the older I got, the more away from the parades I got, the more I'm like, I'm not dealing with any crowds.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what it is. Like
That's the biggest part.
That's what it is.
We've
Like-
won so many times, different sports.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one parade.
I want to go to at least one, and that's it. Just to be like, all right.
I was gonna go to the last Celtics, and I couldn't get out of work for that day.
Yeah.
It's tough, but
I was one I wanted to go to, but unfortunately,
like me and my
work the next day.
coworkers like, oh, we just gonna leave? We're like emailing each other. Are we gonna
It
get out?
was
of
funny
here?
when the next day, I think I like 4 or 5 people at my job called out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
the funny thing is, I called out the next day, but it wasn't for the parade. It's because we had a drinking episode. So sometimes guests
wasn't a good
here
one.
are very gracious and very nice and bring alcohol here.
Oh, if I would have known, I brought some
I'm
wine.
glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't.
Wine's better though.
Wine would have been fine.
Wine would've been fine.
You know what?
Wine, yeah.
No one's
Listen,
ever brought wine before.
I'm into wine, so I would have bought you some nice bottles from Italy or something like that. Yeah.
So before
A nice wine episode would have been
when
nice.
we first, it would have been nice. That would have been nice. Change of pace here.
The Ace of
Usually
Spades
like
and
a
everything else.
gallon of Hennessy or
Oh,
something
no.
like that.
I would be on the floor dead.
Yeah.
No.
It hits harder when you get a little older.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
When we first started the show, like, because I generally was just like, oh, just a bunch of homies just chilling on the park. You know, it's the first maybe like what, 10 to 12 episodes just drinking.
yeah,
We
right.
cut that off so fast. 'Cause it's like, before we used to record like in the middle of the week sometimes, and we'd have to go to work the next day, and we're just like, you know
Wednesday,
what?
yeah.
Being hungover on a Wednesday is like the worst.
yeah.
So we stopped doing that. But unfortunately, some guests, not even unfortunately,
No,
it's always
yeah.
good.
It's
It's always a
definitely
good time.
appreciated,
But some
but-
people do feel like they need to bring us something, and they did come with bottles. Shout out to Hood Inc.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
unfortunately tried to kill us a couple times. So, shout out to him.
Absolutely.
Have you been? You haven't been to. So you guys, none of you guys been on parades?
not
Haven't.
one parade.
I think my
And
favorite parade was the 08 one when the Celtics won. Because I think I just
Oh,
had.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I just had a good
I
spot.
feel like everyone went to that one.
Yeah, because we didn't from '86 to 08, so we didn't win. I remember literally one of the ones because parades are crazy. Like it's hard to
Yeah.
get close.
There's
I
always
was literally. I
highlights of
remember literally
fights and
being
stuff,
on
too.
the fence. Like
I was in high
I
school.
could literally KG's right there. Like it was that close. So that was dope as hell.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah,
As long as they win another one.
Listen, buddy. I think he might have
We
missed
keep
your
on
window.
thinking.
I think I have one more.
Well, you're definitely not gonna do it for the Patriots for a while.
Yeah,
so-
no, not the Patriots.
Yeah,
Not the
I know.
Patriots.
I know.
I went to one game and it was so cold. I'm like,
I can't do
I'm
that.
gonna never come back.
So I haven't been to a Patriots game ever. Number
Me
one,
neither.
back then tickets were crazy.
Yeah,
Now it's just ridiculous.
that was expensive seats too.
Gillette's not my favorite.
Freezing.
It's pretty far, and I don't like the cold. So if I'm gonna go, it has to be literally the
Yeah, you got your
first
coat,
3
your
weeks,
bundled up.
3-4 weeks, because it's just like I don't understand. Like football games are cool, but like how much fun are you having in December there? Like really?
I mean, you see the people there; they look like they're having a blast, but it's too cold. I think the biggest issue with Gillette is that you can never leave the parking lot after the thing's done. You're
Oh,
there
yeah, I
for
heard
2
that.
hours, which
You're
is a
stuck.
nightmare. Not just for games, but for concerts too. It's awful.
For everything.
It's like it's only one street too, so everybody's.
So I found like the last time. What concert did we go? We went to Post Malone.
okay, cool.
And if you walk at least a mile and people let you park on their lawns for like $50, it's expensive, but it's worth it because you get the back road out and you don't have to deal with any of the traffic. So, yeah. So that's the move there.
Yeah, absolutely. But the last time I went, I think it was week 2. You would think it would be warm, but no, it was
Already,
cold.
right?
And then once that
This is back
sun
in the
went
day.
down, it was like
You're probably high up too, so that you know.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a good spot too. But once,
like that.
but once that
Sorry.
sun went down, I had to buy a sweater.
Oh,
So I was
really?
like, I was already bundled up, but I had to buy another sweater.
Oh,
Like,
you did it to the Red Sox too.
yeah.
You showed up to the Red Sox, and I'm looking at him like, bro, you're gonna be cold. Nah, you know, like a kid. Nah, I'm good. All right.
Should be fine.
Someone had to buy a
Yeah.
$45 Red Sox hoodie by the third, fourth inning.
It was a nice hoodie too. I still have it.
Yeah, man. For $45, I hope you
I'll tell you
do.
right now that the Patriots hoodie didn't do nothing.
Didn't help at all.
Don't buy them.
Red Sox, Fenway's not too tough to get out of.
Only thing
Because then you
probably-
got all the trains. You got like.
I never have a problem. It's always like I drive in.
I
Some
would-
people don't like to. I drive in,
Yeah,
drive
I
out.
do the same exact thing.
For Red
There's
Sox
like
games.
a gas station there. It's super expensive again, but again, you're able to get right in your car and just leave and forego like all the traffic. So
Yeah, the access is it's worth it.
yeah.
This time I was just there for the Chris Brown concert.
Oh yeah.
Amazing, by
Good.
the way. If you haven't seen a Chris Brown concert, that
He
guy
goes all
is-
out.
Oh my God, you get your money's worth. It was a lot. It was a lot of money, but you get your money's worth. And
least
traffic wasn't too bad. Thank God we could pull some strings. We had a car service drop us off,
Oh,
pick us
perfect.
up. But Fenway's not too bad. And then the Garden, I think, is the easiest.
Yeah.
Especially if you live in Salem.
absolutely.
Yeah,
If you
get
live
right
in
on the
Salem, you get on the
train.
train, just go
Train,
straight to the Garden.
Beautiful.
I don't like to do that because sometimes a game ends at like 9:45, 10 o'clock, and you got to wait for the 11:45 train.
Oh.
So you're kind of sitting there and like just waiting like an hour and a half after the game. So I usually try to just drive up.
Do you stay to the end of the game?
See, that's the thing.
See, that's what I never do.
So-
if I know it's
so-
going to be a definite win, I try to sneak out.
Yeah, the older I've got, the more I'm more like.
Oh, yeah.
When you're young,
Just-
you're like, nah.
just
I'm
wait.
trying to watch the game.
No, but the last Red Sox game, I decided to leave a little early. I thought we were gonna lose. Got
And
a walk.
yeah.
They won in the extra
Dominican
inning.
Day, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, we were gone by like 6 innings on
I
that.
heard it on my phone. I'm like, what? They won?
Honestly, we always leave. Remember the World Baseball Classic? We left early.
Oh yeah.
That's what's because DR lost the PR, and we were just like,
Where did you guys see that? Down
Miami.
in Miami.
That's
that was
special.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, the plan is to go back in March.
Okay, because me and my son are gonna take
Yeah,
a trip
it's-
down.
Oh man. It's
So, like,
definitely-
especially if you're a big baseball
Yeah,
fan,
yeah.
I've been to a million Red Sox games.
yeah.
The feeling of walking into that first game when the Red Sox are playing, I think Venezuela, I've never felt something like that.
DR
The
play.
energy.
Like, you walk in
playing.
and it was just like, it felt like you walked into a World Series game.
Really?
It felt like a very
Like
and-
goosebumps.
Like it literally was crazy. The energy was just wild. It was just like
It's just like
we lost that game and we like the fans didn't even care. Like,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah,
much
so
fun
much
we
fun,
had.
yeah.
It was a dope experience. We were fortunate enough to watch because it was 4 games. We were fortunate to watch all 4 games.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unfortunately, we lost the 2 big ones and we didn't advance. Thank God everybody listened to me because everybody was like, "Oh, let's just get tickets for the second round." I was like, "I don't want to get tickets for the second round. So what if we don't go to the second round? Now we're watching Venezuela against some random country."
yeah, right.
So and then we lost because DR went down there
But,
to
man, it's
drink and
just
smoke hookah and not play baseball.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
right.
But-
They had,
That
they
many
had fun though.
Dominicans in one. It was crazy.
yeah, that was dope. Seeing like a
30K.
40,000 Dominicans. Got mascots dressed as a plátano. You got this.
Everybody got platanos in their hands.
It was a fun. I'm very looking forward to too much.
Yeah.
And all
suggest-
around it is just like a block party.
Really? Okay.
The whole time. It's like
Yeah.
performances and it's
I wouldn't say too long because you are in the middle of Little Haiti. So like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not the
like, all right,
safest. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
let's get going.
But with that many people, what's really going to happen? Or
Yeah.
is it really like that bad?
no, but it's just like you're 2 blocks away from the hood. You know what I mean? Like you're in like.
You're looking for parking. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Not
When we
over
did the
here,
first
not over
game,
here.
obviously us trying to be like, nah, I'm not trying to pay no. Then I think 20 minutes into it, we realized that all the garages are free. Anyways, we're like, oh, okay. Because we're from Boston, where nothing in the world is
No.
free, so we didn't expect a garage parking to be free. So they walk driving around, there's like sketchy neighborhoods. Some guys like $100 to park. We're like, I don't think we should take this. And we drove another 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, right in the garage. And then obviously nobody remembered what garage we parked at. So that was a good hour and a half. To find
Every
our car.
corner of the stadium. All
So
look
yeah,
the
the way the model is
Take a
Lone
picture
Depot
of it.
Park, the way it's set up, it's a stadium. There's 4 garages like surrounding it, and we didn't know which one we parked.
Oh.
Yeah,
Even though I told everybody, hey, we should
Wait,
pay
what
attention.
corner did we come in from? Like different corners of the
Everybody
of the
thinks they
stadium.
know where they're going, and we walk this way. We're like, no, it's this one. And
So
then
we're
just like-
walking around the whole the whole stadium trying to find it.
It was tough. It was tough. It was definitely
It's a
tough.
fun time.
Definitely recommend.
But I definitely recommend.
Definitely recommend.
It kind of like
I'm curious to like the World Cup.
Oh.
That
yeah.
energy, if like just take,
At
like,
Gillette, too.
having
Yeah.
an experience like
That's gonna
that,
be
it's like I
traffic
could only
crazy.
imagine something.
I'm hearing that the lottery's coming up soon, but the tickets are already some people going for 10 grand.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But I think,
Devastating already.
yeah. And then the finals at MetLife, so that's a whole nother thing.
yeah. So that's unfortunate because I told myself I have a budget of $500, so it doesn't
For
look
the
like.
World Cup?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get the last row for that, but to get
that.
decent seats, it's going to cost a lot.
if that.
Just to
You
get,
gotta sit
just
down
to get in.
But you gotta sit down and think like, how important is this moment?
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
I
not
think
coming
you're
back
right.
around here for a
It
while.
is.
Once in a
Because I remember when I was a kid, the World Cup was here in '94.
Okay.
And it was a
Also,
big deal.
was here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it in? No, in
It
Boston.
was,
where?
it was America. It was like the United States. So they did it like the same exact way, just different stadiums. I think the final was in LA, but they definitely had games here. Yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a long
it
time
doesn't
ago.
doesn't look like we're gonna be at any games. Probably. Well,
Christian might be at one.
he's not gonna spend $5,000.
Ah, that's true.
There's no way.
That's true.
Because funny, like it's one of the lifetime. Like, we just had a little podcast before where we talked about a friend of ours went to Puerto Rico about a few weeks ago and didn't go to the Bad Bunny concert.
Oh, really?
And in my head, I was like, why? Like,
Yeah.
like, and I understand budget. I was like, listen, there's some things you just kind of have to
Yes.
bite the bullet for.
Yes.
And I think if you're there, you're literally like, you're there. You can see the
God-
stadium.
God
He's
lined
there.
this up for
God
you
lined it up.
perfectly.
You playing a vacation to go to Puerto Rico, and Bad Bunny just happens to be performing. I think you have to figure that out. I think you have to like listen. We're in a world with a firm and Klarna and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anything can be split in 4 payments.
With you alone.
What was the excuse that he gave for not going?
Money,
Really?
pretty
Which
much.
I get. I mean, there's
No,
an
I
element
get it.
of
It's
that,
expensive.
but
It's
At the
expensive.
same time, these people, again, I don't know this guy, but like, what does he spend money on the side? There's probably some bullshit that he spends money on, right?
Yeah, like always.
By the way, can you swear on this?
Yes. I'm glad you did first. I was like, all right, now we can swear. I was supposed to ask you before if it was going to be a clean episode, but
Oh, it's up to you guys. You know?
nah, we're usually not clean. We actually had a.
No, we usually
We had a couple in a row.
We mirror the
Yeah,
guests,
I'm-
you know.
I mean, we had a politician last week. It was
Oh
like
yeah.
That was
No.
2 weeks ago.
No, the last time was a
basketball. Jose, yeah.
I hope crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me to be clean. And I was like, hey, no problem. But
No,
usually-
I'm good with whatever you guys want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let's get to the main event.
There we go.
Like we said, we spent our childhood to make you feel old. But our childhood was spent listening to Jamin in the morning shows and listening to you on there.
on the way to the school,
school,
every day. yeah.
Late, because you know how our
yeah.
parents are. Late every time.
Yeah.
Actually, your aunt is your aunt,
My-
your mother.
my mother.
My aunt, your mother was the one who drove us to school every morning.
Yeah. On time until you guys forever get to the car.
The jam
It's like, all right,
scams.
now the jam scams. Yeah. Dude, what's crazy?
Every morning.
So I was with my mother yesterday, and I mentioned that you were coming
Yeah.
out today. And since I was a kid, every time she says like, you know, they used to call him, and she always whispers, crazy culo? I'm like, why are you still whispering that part? And she's like, just every time she heard it, she's like,
Yeah, my uncle used to do the same thing. I think it's because for the older generation of Dominicans, it's like not a good word.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I hated it because at the time when they came up with that, somebody came up with that idea for me because at the time that Pitbull song was really big.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, and I'm
So
like,
I always figured that was your nickname.
That might have been the
no,
first
it
time
was
I heard
not.
the word.
They came up with it.
Pitbull
Oh,
was
really?
the first time I might have heard that word.
Yeah.
especially sung
So
like that.
Because I was
I'm
young.
like, can I use my name? That way I could be myself, but I found myself like playing a role.
Yeah.
And I hated it. But I like went into it, made the best of it, and it kind of started off this path. So it was fine. And I had to play the role that I wasn't married, but I was married at the time. Like all these things that I was single and I'm like acting on the radio, which was kind of annoying. But the stunts that I was doing were 100% real.
Yeah.
I was really going out and pretending to be like gorilla at the zoo that had escaped and people were trying to shoot me. Like all these things that I was doing were 1,000% real.
That's crazy.
But that name was made up and given to me, and I hate it. And the first chance I could get rid of that, I was so happy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like we peeked behind the curtain. Like,
Oh yeah,
man,
there's a lot
that's-
behind the curtain. So you ask whatever you guys
So
want.
before
I'll
we get,
answer it.
let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
How did you even think of radio even being a career? You know what I mean?
So,
even being a process. That
I
you
went to
get
Salem High, graduated in '98.
Shout out Salem High, baby.
we go.
Yes, and at the time I had friends that went to Endicott, but in high school I would DJ. I had turntables. I had the whole deal, and I loved just doing that. Naturally, my friends at Endicott were like, "Hey, will you DJ a party?" So I would go up on Thursday nights in high school, DJ the party, and all my buddies would be there, and we'd be hanging out with college girls. We thought it was the best thing in the world, which it was. And then when I got to Endicott, because I eventually went there, they made you get internships. So my first internship that I applied for was Jam 94.5 because naturally it seemed like the thing because it was a station I listened to as a kid, but then also DJ. I'm like, oh, this makes perfect sense. So I got an internship with the morning show. I remember my first day was June 5th of 2000. And I never left there for 15 years, basically.
Wow.
And I started at the very bottom and made my way up to co-host in the morning show. But that's how it started. That's how the radio station started. I kind of just fell into it, but I realized throughout the whole process that I like entertaining people. And even going back to high school, being the class clown was always my thing. I had so many teachers that said that I was a loser on all these things, but the reality is I found my thing, which was entertainment. So yeah.
That's funny.
There we go. That's awesome.
So, describe, because again, you're on the morning show now. We're gonna bounce around a little bit. You're on the morning
Do
show
whatever
now.
you guys want.
Describe to us a normal day for you.
For me now?
Yes.
All right, so I get up at 3:45.
Crazy.
It's the worst part
It's
of
a
the whole
morning
thing.
show.
The morning show.
So from 3:45 to about 4:15, I'm reading articles. And what I do in that process is I'm trying to get my thoughts together on what I would say on potential stories that would come up. Some of the more serious stuff, you can't tell any jokes about. But some of those stories, like the Cardi B stuff as of late, just writes itself.
Yeah.
The political stuff, I try to stay away from politics,
So
but I
do we.
try to find the joke within the politics.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that until 4:15. I get up, get dressed, leave for work. I get to work about 5:15, 5:30. Do the show until 10. I'm home by 11, which is early. I start prepping the next day's show 11 to 12, or 11 to 1. Work out from 1 to 2, 1 to 2:30. 2:30 to 5 is when I do my side hustle, which is turning into almost my full-time gig, where I started a media company on the side where I consult with small to medium-sized companies, helping them find their digital footprint. And I work on all that stuff. And I find that's taken much of my afternoon. But then with kids now, I have 4 kids, there's always a school event, a sporting event, or something. So between as they call it, 2 to 9 p.m., it's either dealing stuff with the kids or doing stuff with my other company. And that's 5 to 6 days a week. And then I try to give myself some sort of balance on the weekends.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much a nutshell of what my week looks like. It starts early. I go to bed too late. I don't get enough sleep.
It's hard. You obviously everybody says oh, you wake up, you gotta go to sleep early, wake up early. But
No.
no one wants to go to bed at 8 o'clock
Thank
at
you.
night. You know what I mean? No matter how.
Yeah, especially when you have a family. I feel like if I go to bed at 8, I'm missing out on the kids. And 2, I have a wife. maintaining a good relationship and a marriage is not easy. And I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm going to bed before her 7 or 8, you know what I mean? So I try to stay up till at least 9:30, 10, which sucks, but that's when we have our moment, we have our intimacy, we have all these things. So yeah, it's like I don't have the life balance of sleep, but thankfully tomorrow's Saturday and then I can sleep in. So
there you go. There you go.
Catch up then.
So going back, you said you started from the bottom.
Yeah.
So kind of walk us through going from the bottom to all the way to making it to the co-host of the morning show.
I can tell you that my first summer I spent doing 2 things. Getting coffee and food was the biggest responsibility for everybody.
I figured that.
Yeah. And I would go everywhere to get food for them. And then doing bios for people. At the time, we did a lot of interviews, so I would do their bios. I would find out what their history was, write questions for the interviews. And sometimes I would read them, sometimes I won't. I knew certain hosts read the bios, others didn't even touch it, which was fine. And just kind of learning the whole process. That was my first major role. In 2000, I'm trying to think, because I did that for a while. I was an intern for a while. Then I got a part-time gig, which I thought was the biggest thing in the world. I was done with college. I'm pretty sure I was married at the time, and I was making $200 a week. Jesus. That was my first paycheck. It's not a lot. It was $10,000 a year. I thought it was the best thing in the world. I remember telling my mother about they finally are paying me, and I told her how much. She goes, "How are you going to survive on that?" And I'm like, "No, it's this. This is good. This is going to be good, and here's why." And I was married at the time, making no money. Finally, though, what changed was I started hosting different nightclub gigs.
Yeah.
Started to host the Harp on Friday night. Finally making some money, and then I was DJing Sweet 16 parties and doing stuff like that, which was fine. And then things started to kind of work on. But in the beginning, if it wasn't for my wife making all the money, it was a joke. It was sad. But then you work your way up, and then after that, I remember doing the stunts and all that stuff. From there, Pebbles and Melissa, who co-hosted the show for a long time, they got fired. So naturally, there was an opening, and we had this consultant coming in, and he was like, "Hey, who was that guy that was filling in?" I'm like, "Oh, that was me." He's like, "You sounded good. Do you want to get involved more?" I'm like, I never had an aspiration to be on the air, but kind of just fell into it because some people got fired, and I had to fill a void with Ramiro for a week, and it just kind of worked. And then that's when we found Ashley, and she came in, and then that was our first inclination of a morning show where I was kind of just a co-host, but I was the number 3.
Yeah.
And then that stuck around for a couple of years, and I got fired in 2015 from that position. And then I worked at another place for a while, which sucked. I felt like I was wasting my life away. I feel like I was wasting any talent that I have. I was it was miserable. But then Ashley got the hosting job, called me, and was like, "Listen, I'll only do this if you come back and be my co-host." I'm like, because it's you, I will consider it. But then also, the boss that fired me that first time around, I had to go back and have a conversation with him and be like, "Listen, I said a lot of shit on a podcast before about you. Here's why I had to say that." So we had to come to a mutual understanding. And then also too, going back to work with somebody who fired you in a situation like that messes with your head. Yeah. I went back not in the right mind space for any of it. I remember the first couple of years being super anxious all the time, thinking I had to be perfect. I started seeing a therapist at that point because my head was so fucked up.
Yeah.
It changed my life for the better, but that's how challenging it was. And you guys probably know, I heard one of you guys talking about it on about haters and comments and all that stuff. That stuff has real estate in one's mind if you don't start working on it. I'm not saying it's ever going to go away, but if you work on that, it definitely helps. And therapy helped me through that. And now fast forward to this point now, co-host of a morning show, and I get to sleep at night without having anxiety.
We brought up the hater. To me, I don't know how you guys think. You guys don't see much of it, but to me, it's funny to me.
It is funny.
It's yes.
We
put up. It's usually a TikTok comment. It's we put something these guys don't know what they're talking about, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think this is the funniest one. One thing, I don't know what the clip was, but I was doing something weird with my wrist hand,
you do it a lot.
and they called me sassy for the whole video, and I literally died laughing. You know what I mean? But
it was
who commented?
emojis.
It was XV19. So you know what I mean? It's just somebody knowing.
Robot.
So that never really bothered me, and I kind of knew all right, we're gonna put posting stuff online. I think my peoples are not gonna say something, but
I definitely.
If you're not doing a good job,
that's exactly it.
You know what I mean?
They're engaging.
for me, I was usually fine with it, but I think coming back in a situation where I got fired from, it had all this, like I was overthinking everything. But once I worked through it, now it's entertaining. Now, but in that moment, it definitely was like.
So
I couldn't imagine.
And obviously,
Like going back to
you
work.
could you could tell us however you want. So was the firing something that like was just a like kind of layoff situation where we're
No.
going for a new thing? It was like, oh, you fucked up kind of shit.
Ramiro didn't want to sign his contract with this company, and he wanted to, what I assume now was just move on. I don't know if they assumed that we had something in the plans or so where they were like, all right, well, he's not signing again, so we're gonna fire you too because you guys are good friends. And they thought I think they thought we had this master plan. So I kind of was.
They always.
So you're like, what did I do?
That's exactly it. I got from like, what the hell did I didn't do anything. So yeah, like if you haven't been fired before, it's definitely humbling.
I've been fired a bunch of times.
Okay. For me, it was like I got fired, but I also got fired publicly. So it was like, and I couldn't talk about anything. That was another thing too, where I'm like, because like contractually, I couldn't say anything. All of these things. So I'm on vacation and I'm reading all the comments. People asking me like, "What's going on? Where's this? Is articles about us and all stuff?" But I can't say anything. So that part kind of sucked. And then I had a 9-month break, which kind of was awesome when I think about it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of found my path in the digital space. So yeah, and then I started doing videos. I started partnering with some great companies at the time. And this was in 2015 when social media wasn't what it was now, and influencers weren't there yet. So I was able to kind of like get in early with some great companies that it was awesome. So yeah,
So it all worked out.
Yeah, right.
Worked out for the better, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. You brought up these crazy stunts.
yeah.
I don't know if I remember. I don't remember all these stuff. It might just be a long time ago, but I definitely remember. I think I remember like that was kind of your role where you were doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What's the 2-part question? What's the funnest one you did where you're like, this is hilarious, dope? And what's the one where you just like, you had to talk to the producer like, listen, guys, I don't know if this is the best thing I should be really doing. Like,
I don't know if I ever said this was probably not the best idea because the reality was I was writing a lot of them. So they were my ideas for the most part.
There you go.
The one where I really was like, this is a bad idea was when little Joey, the gorilla at the Franklin Park Zoo, had escaped. And it was all over the news. He got out, hit some people. The following day, I went back in a full gorilla costume. It looked really real, and I was hopping around in the bushes. It caused this mass hysteria. People were like screaming, cars, like all this crazy stuff. Police were on their way down because they thought the little Joey had got back. So somebody threw me in the back of a car. We escaped, but the police were on their way down to shoot me.
Yeah.
'Cause they thought this was a real gorilla. So that one was probably the craziest one.
Harambe all over again.
Hands up.
The one where I feel like I had the most fun was that it was April Fool's Day. I forget what year it was, but I got probably 1,000 balloons, and I made a fake body made out of trash bags. And I went to the Square One Mall, and I had a giant string, and I floated the balloons up like I was up there on the phone, and I was like, yeah, so I'm up here. I can see everything. Like, I can see the highway. I can see the airport, like all these things. And people started calling in like, I can see him. This is crazy. It was fun because I didn't have to go up there. But the hysteria that call was crazy. And it was one old lady called in, and she was like, no, this one guy called in and said that his grandmother almost passed out because she saw a guy with all the balloons and was getting super anxious. The police came there. 4 police cars came because they thought that there was a person. I had to explain to him what was happening. He was so like taken aback by it. They was like, just get the balloons down and just go home. Like, this is crazy.
It's like, this is the end of my shift.
Yeah,
like,
like,
what are you doing?
Because like, what's he getting arrested for flying some balloons?
But this is like going viral before going
You know,
viral
I
in a
wish
sense.
that we had cameras back then the way that we do now. Because
like-
everything I did was super real. Another one that was really good is I would go into like Walmarts and Targets and take over like the
Nice.
yeah. But then I would do it on the radio at the same time, so we were broadcasting live
that's
and doing,
funny. Yeah.
They got pissed at me for that. One time this lady tried to fight me because I made fun of her teeth. This was live on the radio, so it was fun, but it was like I had to work my way up. Like on the way there, I'd be super nervous. I'd be in the car, like, all right. Like, get into character because you have to go.
Get arrested for doing any stuff.
I never got arrested because I was able to talk myself out of it. I always just told them, listen, this is a stunt for the radio station. I apologize. I will take off now. This one guy tried to fight me when I went into his convenience store and I tried to pay for like $20 worth of stuff and pennies. I dropped $20 worth of pennies, and he flipped out. Tried to fight me.
Squares up with you.
Yeah.
No worries.
So that was a good one.
It's funny. Talk about got fired. I didn't get fired, but I literally like had to like not beg for my job because I was like 19, 20. I didn't care about no job at the point. But it was the taking over. I used to work at Walgreens, and this. So we used to have
Shout
a
out to
code.
Walgreens.
I used to have a code that if you see a girl come in, so every code at Walgreens was like IC3 used to be I need change in my drawer. IC5 need backup. So when a hot girl came in, IC10, IC10.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, we do that for months, and you think like this is hilarious until you say that to somebody who's not really like having fun with the jokes, and then we got complained, and then that was my first time going to HR. And I had to, like, and I'm sitting in my head like, what did I do? And apparently, like, you can't cat call because I work there.
Yeah.
Like, no, looking back at it as an adult, I'm like, yeah, I should have been
that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
But I was just like, I'm just being funny. I was 17, 18 years old. I didn't care. But yeah, that was almost the time. Maybe we should do stunts now. We would get it. Not in Salem. Salem cops know us. They're gonna be like, Melvin, get the hell down off. Like, right? Hurry up! Would you cut it out? What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Juan, you down to do some stunts?
Depends on the stunts, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know at all.
You don't want to dress up as a gorilla and run around?
You kind of do. You kind of do.
I know you do. And
everybody
the
came
moment
around-
you brought it up, he's like, his eyes lit up. Like,
At Halloween, maybe. I don't know. Not on a regular day. I don't think I could.
I would assume, and excuse me if I'm assuming too much, that you working at the radio station, you met a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
A lot of musicians. Who was the nicest celeb that you met that you were kind of like, oh, I didn't think he would be nice. I thought he would be a dickhead.
50 Cent.
Oh, okay.
really?
Yeah. I mean, especially now if you
Shout
see
out
what
50.
he posts online and the way he comes from everybody.
Yeah.
But like, best interview you'll ever have. He'll answer everything. Like, best hang you'll ever have. He when he came out with this film, Get Rich or Die Trying, I forget what year that was, and he flew all these people.
09 maybe.
Yeah, he flew all these people to Vegas for like a weekend. So you see the movie, you can interview him, have some parties. So he had one of the parties was at a strip club.
Love it.
Nice.
It was, he paid for everybody. He was paying, he was throwing out cash. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But like the fact that he understands how to play that part of the game, but also when it comes to interviews, like you want somebody who will answer everything, who will give you the time of day, and he is that person. He's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
You see these days, like the younger rappers and stuff.
Oh, they don't answer anything?
They don't. Yeah, they don't even know how to like
No.
like have a
No,
conversation.
No, it's like again, I've never been a musician. I don't know much about the music industry, but I believe back in the day when you got signed, you went through like a media training. You learned how to go to radio.
You would think so.
Because a lot of like.
Yeah, right.
A lot of you promoting your album. Look at Cardi B. Cardi B's on every damn radio station in the last 3 days because she has to go promote her stuff. And a lot of like we're at the age where like I think social media has a lot to do with it because now like those interviews used to be our access to the celebrity. That's how we knew 50. That's how we knew. Now I can go on Instagram and see what 50's saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's the difference. In my opinion.
That's exactly it. They don't need radio as much as they did. They all have their own channels with more followers than anybody, so they can make an announcement on Instagram and it reaches who they need to reach. So absolutely.
So the other part of that question, the flip side, they say you never want to meet your heroes. Who you're like, damn.
Damn, I was looking forward to this.
I'm trying to think. You know what's funny? Like,
or it might be not even just one. Maybe like it was just weird. Like they're like maybe a mad lead,
here's
or
what
maybe
it is.
like
You come across a lot of weird celebrities who do odd things, and you see them, you're like, that was really weird what he did. Even something as small as like the way that he walked or the way that he moved his body, like that was odd. But there's so much of that I can't pinpoint and like anybody specifically. But I will say like Mike Epps one time came in and had an attitude, and there was almost an altercation there because we called him out on his bullshit.
I just watched Mike Epps today.
And then it's like, all right. Then Sean Paul one time came in and he was acting weird, so we called him out on that. Then he got upset, but then he came back and apologized. So I think you realize that they're real human beings dealing with whatever it was in like that moment. But I can't remember somebody who's really weird. I will say an observation. I told a story just recently was seeing Diddy like backstage. Obviously, this last year for Diddy has been a lot, right?
Yeah.
You know. But when you see him in his element as the CEO, I was like, wow, this guy has it together. Like, he knows how to run a business. He knows how to do all these things. Come to find out, he's doing all this craziness too, like at the same time. But I remember being like super young and watching him on a few occasions, like him being at the concert, asking after his performance, he wanted to get the tape so he can watch it on the tour bus to see what he did right and wrong. Him being on the phone, managing his company from like the backstage area. You know, I found that to be interesting. But like the freak offs are something different, but you know, so to say like somebody who was like, there's a lot of weirdness, because they're all human, just like all of us.
But like I said, like I don't. Well, actually, before I say that, let me ask this question: are these interviews? Are they coming in 5 a.m. to do these interviews, or are these kind of pre-recorded things?
No, they're usually coming in the mornings. At least they used to. They don't as much like anymore, but they were coming like 7 or 8 in the morning.
So you know if I'm a rapper, you know what I mean, and I'm out late at the strip club at 3 a.m, and then I have to, because it's my job, because my label is making me go to Jamie 94 because I'm doing a tour. I'm at 7 a.m, I might not be in the greatest mood in the world.
Here's a story. So Kevin Hart one time came in, and at the time my job was just producing, so I had to go out there, prep him for the interview. So I went out there just to get to let him know, hey, we have 10 minutes left. He's asleep on the couch, passed out. I'm like, oh, this is going to be awful, because usually that experience is like, this guy's tired, he's passed out, this is going to suck. Yeah. Kevin about to go on, all right. So he's shuffling down the hall. I'm like, this is going to be interesting. Mics go on. Dude, woke up, killed it. Amazing. I'm like, and this was early awesome. On. I'm like, he's good. He's really good. Now, to see where he's gone from that point on, like, you understand why, because he just gets it. Like, there are people who know how to turn on for the interview and give the other part of things, like, when it matters. And Kevin Hart was just one of those guys who just understands it. So,
are comedians easier than musicians?
It depends on the comedian, because some comedians come on trying to do their stand-up thing and it just doesn't work. If they're a comedian coming on being themselves and getting involved into whatever's happening, that's really good. Yeah. But stand-up does not work on the air.
Of course not.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like I said before, because social media changed everything. Yeah. So they used to have to do their bits on radio just to get people to watch their shows or buy tickets. So those never feel natural.
No, they don't, because there's no crowd there that they're feeding off. They aren't doing their bits and all this stuff. They're not feeding off like the laughs and stuff. They're trying to do this thing, and it's like really weird because they're rolling into a joke off a random question that makes no sense. I'm like, where did that joke come from? That's kind of weird. So some comedians are good. The ones who understand it are the best. I will say, like, Matt Damon was really good. He's always been consistently really good. Like a nice guy, like just super nice. So
big fan.
I've heard a lot about that with Matt Damon. He's always been said to be like a great person, especially in the interviews.
Conor McGregor's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprised me.
Yeah. Turns it on. He might say some craziness, but turns it on, and he is a promoter. So so people who just understand it and who listen to what people are talking about, that's also good too. So do
you speaking of Conor McGregor, because we have a MMA podcast, shout out to Uneducated MMA.
Shout out.
Is that, are you guys getting, like you did say that you're not doing as many interviews, but is more MMA people coming to radio station?
No, but I will say in the early days, Dana White was at our radio station probably at least a couple times a year. And he would come in, we would do him after the show, like he put in the time, he put in the work, and he would bring in like every fighter. This is when like it wasn't big at all. Mm-hmm. So in up until I would say probably 2013 is when it started to die down a bit, when the sport really like got massive. But those early days, they were there like all the time. One time, Chuck Liddell punched me in the arm. We did this challenge. This one, he was the champ, and he punched me in the arm. This is, again, he was another one that was passed out like 2 seconds before. And the next thing he's up, hey, you want to punch me in the arm? Sure. I punched him in the arm. So they seem to be down for anything, which is always good too.
How'd your arm feel?
It hurt. But what hurt worse?
How bad?
The champion.
Like dead for the day?
Not dead for the day, but it hurt. What was the worst? John Cena. You know, like the chest slap that they do? I took 2 of those right in the chest. Those hurt. Those put me on the ground.
I think I remember this on the radio.
Right? Yeah.
It sounded loud, if I remember correctly.
And then Joe Rogan, like another time, put me out cold. He like choked me out.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. I've heard multiple people say that.
This was a setup. This wasn't because I pissed him off. I actually, I asked for it. Went quick, my head hit the ground and everything. So it was fun.
They know how to do it. Yeah.
So you walked into work today like, hey,
Joe Rogan, right?
There's a video
we have
like
John Cena here today.
Too,
You're gonna get slapped in your chest a couple times. Which one of y'all gonna take some slaps to the chest first?
I'll take slaps to the chest.
Cena?
Yeah.
He's gonna be at Kowloon's in a couple weeks. We can make that happen.
Oh yeah,
Deal.
yeah.
Just
On
be
his
like,
farewell
I
tour,
got,
yeah.
Dude, I love
I
how
got
like
chopped by John
he's
Cena.
so Massachusetts.
Peacemaker.
Because like he didn't have to like, you know what I mean? He literally like, I don't know, he's like, my last show coming up in Boston. By the way, come meet me at Kowloon's. I'm like, damn, Kowloon's is getting a post from Cena.
Yeah.
I know they're real cool. I know that Kowloon's is like.
He was just in Springfield because he went to Springfield College, which is funny because Coach Conley actually coached him there. And
John Cena?
Yeah.
Coached him in football.
Yeah. John Cena was a lineman. Offensive lineman. He wasn't like a linebacker or anything. Like I would have thought.
Yeah,
but
right.
yeah, he coached him there. So I want to say it was this week or last week. They performed on Monday Night Raw in Springfield, and it was just like the atmosphere was amazing. Like they bringing their child back home. You know, the homecoming. It was awesome. To feel
Is he
that.
really as nice as guy as we think he is?
Yeah.
He
Farewell.
really feels like that genuine. Like John Cena might be the nicest guy in the world.
He just understands it. He just gets it at the end of the day. So yeah, he's really nice.
It's easier to be nice if that's who you are. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not. It's not a role. He is John Cena.
Yeah.
Like, he could be Peacemaker. You're gonna be a little dickhead, but
But even Peacemaker is very John Cena, right?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's a good show. If you haven't watched
I feel like I'm
Peacemaker,
just watching John Cena, like him on wrestling, and him. I don't know.
funny, you brought up shows. I seen that you do. I was going through your Instagram like I do with anybody who comes here, but I was scrolling through and there was a couple was it shows of 2020 25? We're big. I think a big TV show crowd. What are you watching right now? What kind of
Right now, it's gonna sound sad. So there's a few. Blood in My Blood.
Never heard of
Have
it.
you guys heard of Outlander?
Outlander, like back in the day. Outlander?
No, there's an Outlander now. So it's on Stars. It's basically based off some books. It has some time travel like elements. It's about this girl
that
who
sounds
goes
familiar.
back in the time and meets the love of her life, like 200 years in the past. But then she goes back and forth. But it's the prequel to that show. That show has been on for 7 seasons, I think. Now they did the prequel. It's amazing. It's like a chick flicky type thing. Me and my wife love it. But it's based in Scotland. That's why it's called. Yeah. And Scotland's beautiful. So I'm watching that. Below Deck. You guys watch that?
seen it.
It's like a reality show.
See, I don't do reality.
He does.
Yeah. So Below Deck is like that
On a
guilty. What?
On our boat, I guess.
Yeah, so it's about the boating life. So that's entertaining. And then the Terminalist prequel, Dark. Is it called Dark?
I
Dark
haven't.
Wolf?
So I've seen a Terminalist.
Dark Wolf.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's
Tyler
definitely
Kitsch.
on my.
Yes.
I'm about to watch
one's
that now, yeah.
Also
This
good.
is just came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because I see Terminal List, right?
Yeah. So Tyler Kitsch was one of the main characters there,
Yeah.
but now this is his show.
Yeah, and it's a prequel to like like
Timmy
that one,
Riggins
so
film.
it's good. And then any Taylor Sheridan show that's
Yeah.
on, I consume that like you
Mayor
won't
of
believe.
Easttown.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh my god, I'm in season 2. So
Okay.
I just gave it a try. I was just like, because. Yo, this dude Taylor Sheridan knows what he's
Oh
doing.
my God,
you know,
he's
you know,
amazing.
like I don't understand. I was, just like,
Seven shows
I was
at
like, bro,
once.
why is every show you do it? And the fact that he got fired from Sons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lioness too. He did too.
Lioness
Lioness
season
is
2
amazing.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Landman's coming back in a couple of weeks, so
I haven't
that-
watched the Western ones yet. I have the funny.
Oh, okay.
16
But back
something.
to the reality show you watched. Me and my girl are not too deep into a relationship where I still have a say in what we watch. I know the older you get, you know, when you get married, he said you kind of lose that. I can still be like, no, I'm not watching Love Island. I can still say that. 5 years from now, I'd probably be like, whatever, just throw it on.
Yeah.
But now, like, and she gets, trust me, she's upset. She's like, why does every show you want to watch has bombs and guns and CIA? I'm like, I thought everybody likes these shows.
not what
I didn't
everybody
know,
watches.
Yeah, so my wife loves to watch like the Chicago PD
Okay.
and all those. Because it's a whole universe too.
There's a whole
There's
universe.
the fire
Yes,
department,
right?
the police department, the
The,
hospitals too,
paramedics.
and they all like.
But how interesting
crossover.
could a show about, like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's just regular life.
Yeah, and
Cocking it.
whenever it's on the big screen, I go in and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And she's like, just leave. Don't even talk about it. Like, how would
Yeah,
how would
why-
that happen?
I've worked at a hospital. That would never happen.
How would that explode to make him go out? Okay, whatever. Just got here. So, all right.
like Fast and Furious. Like, dude, my girl hates Fast and Furious. It's so unrealistic. I'm like,
Yes, it's
all right,
unrealistic.
but you just gotta have to like.
You just gotta
It's Fast
turn
and
your-
the Furious.
yeah.
You know what I
Turn
mean?
your
Just
mind
like,
off and enjoy the
Just
story.
enjoy the action.
So
But
it's
it's
aliens
entertaining.
and all this. You seen Avatar? You think there's blue people walking around? No, it's a movie. Like just like watch it, whatever.
Yeah.
You said just to bring up your wife. How often do you bring her up on the radio? Do you? Because remember when you first started, you kind of like, I'm single. You had to
Now?
play this like
I
role.
will say the consistency that comes out now is about our sex life. That's what
So that's what you talk about?
They bring it up.
At 7:30 in the morning, that's what you're talking about?
They bring it up, and then I just talk about it, because notoriously we have sex on the weekends. That's our schedule.
Yeah, it makes sense, because it's the time you got.
So then, and I have been known to take some Viagra from time to time.
Hey, listen.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm fine, right? Like, I'm okay. But I compare it to being like, all right, listen, I'm 45, so maybe at one point in my life I was 100%. Now I could say I'm probably like 95%. With those elements, I'm 105%. I'm like, I'm
overtime.
good. Yeah. So that's a running joke on like.
So I'd compare it to like drinking a Red Bull.
It's like steroids.
It's definitely steroids. It's definitely steroids.
Yeah.
Little PED,
that part of my wife comes. With that part of my life comes up. My wife hates that part.
I was just gonna say, how does she feel about that?
My wife is very different than I am. I overshare. It's an issue. I do this for work, so that's She's very shy. She in the corporate world.
I asked a regular question. I didn't know he was gonna go here.
She's in finance. Like all these things about her are so opposite to me. She's white. That's a whole nother thing. So she's opposite. So when I used to talk about this stuff like at work, and she would hear about it, it would cause fights. So she stopped listening. So which makes our lives easier. So,
So
my girl likes we're in this podcast.
I want to listen to this.
She's nice. She tries to pretend like she watches. She doesn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're not my audience. It's a sports podcast and it's fine.
Yeah, that's probably what you want.
Yeah. Because I said some things were just like little jokes, and I was like, maybe not.
My wife will watch the clips I post.
And then they'll ask me, like, yo, you want to cut that? Like, nah. And then I'll wait like a couple weeks, like, did she say anything?
Yeah.
She
didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But if I started to talk about my sex life here,
don't do that.
That I wouldn't, first of all, because these guys know my girlfriend. I don't think they need to know about what's going on there. But it would get back to her, and I don't think that'll be healthy for our relationship. I think it'd be nice that she doesn't watch. Hey, she shares my stuff. She likes it. She, tells her friends about it. We had stickers. I went to a gas station in Revere and saw the 806 sticker on the pole. So I was like, all right, that's dope. But for her watching it, I was like, nah. Especially when I don't bring up stuff like that, but if like we're talking, you ask me.
If it comes up,
forget we're on camera. We forget you're on camera. You forget you're on the mic, so you just talk freely.
As long as it's just like you just insert it randomly. Like no, as long as it flows with the conversation, it's okay. But
I don't remember the last time we talked about something specific we did on air. It might be small elements, but we don't ever really talk about like, oh, she'll ask me how my day was. I'm like, oh, my day was fine, but I don't say, oh, today we talked about this, that, and that. If something comes up, I'm like, oh, this was funny part of the show, but that's random. But usually it's like, we don't talk about work like that, which is good, too.
But there's no way she can't avoid,
sometimes it's more so the people in our town.
Yeah.
We have a friend in our town that likes to listen and, run to her and be like, do you know what he said? She tried to shut it down. I'm like,
Patty.
Stop. Yeah.
Cut it out.
I hate those.
It's always the.
I had one of those in my life, too.
When they hear it from somebody else, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
So over the years, listen, I've been in this game for a long time. I've been married to her for 20 years. So she's used to people mentioning stuff to her, so she just shuts it down. The bigger problem that I have now is realizing that my kids are at an age where people say stuff to them, but then also they might hear something too. Them hearing something's fine. It's when somebody says something to them that really bothers me. That it's like, God, they're kids. They don't understand. They understand what I do. Kids? My oldest is 15. I have two daughters that are 12, turning 13 next week, and then I have an 8-year-old. So it's more so like the older kids.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, it's to be honest, it's more so some of the teachers. That's the issue. Some of the teachers,
they shouldn't be talking to.
They need to grow up.
Kids
That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. So
well, nowadays the teachers. I remember
they're young too.
It must be worse. Yeah, they're young as hell. When I was a senior in high school, there was I had a teacher who was like, you have to be maybe 4 or 5 years older than me. You know what I mean? It was like. Young teachers, so they probably have the immature. They're like, yo, your dad said blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And that's what it was. We had to talk to a couple of them. So,
Stop doing that.
Which is weird.
That's a weird conversation.
It's unprofessional, honestly.
So overall, she's fine, but it's just stuff like that.
There we go.
That's funny. You know what's funny? This popped up in my head. Have you ever been at like a Dunkin' Donuts and they don't recognize your face, but you'll say yeah, let me get a dark coffee, and they're like,
turn around.
I know that voice.
But maybe, but now in the Instagram world and the media world, it's not. No, but it's
it's funny because like when we were growing up, like Melissa and Pebbles, I didn't know what they looked like.
Yeah,
For like Romero, we didn't look. No, it was like 20, 30 years before we knew what these guys looked like. So yeah, that makes sense now with Instagram and stuff.
So, Jammin had a runway model thing they used to do. And that's the first time I ever saw them. And you could have pointed out, like, that's Melissa and Pebbles. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I don't think so.
It's never what you imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
back in the day, it was like that. Where like,
no, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ashley's exactly what I imagined.
Ashley used to be on what was it?
MTV or something.
Real World. So I saw her there before I saw her or heard her on the radio.
Yeah.
How's that dynamic with you guys?
Oh, it's awesome.
Because obviously it must have been good. She's like, I'm only taking this job if you.
I will say we're probably better off there than we are on there because our chemistry is so good like on there, but we're real friends like off there. Like if I showed you our text thread or our DMs like back and forth, it's like just laughing about inappropriate videos and stuff like that. Like shit that we shouldn't be sending to each other that if anybody were to hack into us, we would be fired.
That's a good friend.
It's that type of friendship. Yeah, and like we talk all the time. She called me this afternoon, but it's about something stupid. Well,
it's someone you see, like, I don't want to call your work wife in case your wife is watching.
Oh, no, that's exactly it. No, I see her more than I see my wife. Like, we spend, think about it, like 6 hours a day together, minimum.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a comfort there. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable. Like, if I have something like in my nose, she'll tell me, but I don't feel like, oh no, I have to go hide.
Yeah.
I fart in front of her.
Yeah. That's cute.
So, yeah. So it's like,
That's the homie.
Yeah. Yeah. She breastfeeds in front of me. I was like, oh, titty out again? Cool. Yeah.
Middle of the broadcast?
What?
In the middle of the broadcast?
Or on air?
Not. Is that thing on the air? Probably on the air, yeah. I have no idea.
Can see you.
That's so true.
Probably.
Are you like I'm?
I don't think there's any cameras like that, right?
You guys,
we do have cameras.
Oh, I was like, so you do have to. I was like, you guys just show up in pajamas and slippers and just like,
Well, yes and no. We dress comfortable, but we're always on camera, so we have to have it in the back of your mind.
When did that start? That wasn't always the case, right?
It probably started 4 years ago, but now like the last couple of years, like full time. So every break is recorded.
Has it been to like, damn, like one like like you work at a job and like. You were cool, but now you have a new supervisor, so you kind of have to like.
Not really, because like we'll be ourselves. The tough thing is that we communicate when we're off the air. While we're on the air, if like that makes sense, we'll mouth things back and forth, give each other certain looks. So we have to be more cognizant of that. Like if we get a call that's crazy, and I'm like, because then I have to be like, oh no, So
that's a good question. I forgot about the calls. I forgot that wasn't even a thing. Like
callers.
Yeah.
They were calling in. I was watching something recently. I think it was Sway. No. Yeah, I think it was Sway, an interview, and people were calling. Oh yeah, it was him with Redman, and people were calling in. I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, people call into radio shows all the time.
See, I always thought that, like, what was it? Date update, first date update,
second date
update. On some of the things I was hearing, I was just so out there. I'm like, this can't be real. Like, there's no way they're calling like that.
It's not my radio station.
True. So
everything that we do is real. I can tell you that.
There we go.
And I will stand by that. And go ahead, come and test us. That's all I can say for us.
What about the jam scams?
We don't do those anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, but like back in the day, were those scripted?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Back to the callers. That was good deflecting.
It was great. He's good at this.
He's good at this. Back to the calls. I don't want to say the craziest call, but like a memorable, like what in the world? Like a phone call like probably you would never forget.
I will say the jail call is always the best.
The jail calls?
Yeah, the calls from jail, and that's crazy. And then you find out their names, and you look up what they did. That's like when it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But we get crazy calls like every week, and there's so often. I think the biggest thing is like, why are they calling us to tell us this? And it's something crazy, like, hey, I did this. I need to get this off my chest. I'm trying to think of anything from this week. There was one girl this week that saw a guy that she liked and needed advice, should she talk to him or not? I'm like, why are you asking us? Like, yeah, go talk to him. But it's like, it's more so like what people want to share with us versus like all their friends. But we get crazy calls like all the time. Our listeners are very like open, which we appreciate.
They just want to be like,
they just want to be on the radio, like
involved in the whole.
How easy is it to, like, if I call in tomorrow morning, how easy is it for me? Well, not tomorrow, Monday morning. How easy is it me getting through?
I mean, it depends what time, but you can get through, and you have something good to say, we'll put you on.
Word.
Yeah, and if something like relatable, that's another thing. Like, if it's a good topic, if you have a question that could get a lot of answers that's relatable to an audience, that's always it. We try to be human. I think that's the important part. I think a lot of people in our industry try to put themselves above like everybody else and try to front like they aren't like a normal person, like they don't deal with their own issues and all that stuff like that. We just be open and we're honest with everything. So if it's relatable, then it's going to get through. Yeah.
And that's what people love about it, honestly. No one wants to tune into just like a script.
I was just thinking of how jamming was like influential, like low key to us as kids. How this came about, I feel like has a huge influence.
It might have, because
we used to play radio.
Oh,
like
really?
we used to get our albums together and like
pretend like, yo, coming up next, Ja Rule, put it on me.
And then play. Right. I used to sit there with like cassettes and listen to jamming and record whenever like.
For me, that's exactly what it what it was. We talk about the '90s. When I first got my license, I used to drive around on the weekends with all my friends, listening to the mixes on the weekends. And I was like, I want to do that. Yeah. I think that's cool. So when I got to work there, it was like mind blowing for me. It was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. So yeah, and there's not a day where I took it for. Well, there were probably days I did take it for granted. That's probably why I got fired. But now I definitely appreciate it like every day, and I have a new love for it and respect for it. Yeah, and especially like looking back, like listen, I live up in New Hampshire now, so I don't come down this area as often. But when I drive through Salem, it reminds me of my childhood, and it definitely holds a special place. But jamming goes hand in hand with that. So
that's dope. That's dope. All right, one last thing about the radio station. How often? Obviously, in this political climate, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Yeah. How often do you get a email from upstairs or call like, hey, guys, let's not touch this?
No, it's not usually from upstairs that we get anything. We have a good gauge on what we should talk about and not talk about, but more importantly, how we talk about it. Yeah. We try, especially with politics, not to give our opinions on anything, but I will say that Ashley and I are on opposite ends of things, but we have a respectful dynamic there where, like, I'll listen to her, might disagree with her, but 2 seconds later, I could give a shit what like she just said. Or I say to her, but when we do these stories on the air, because you have to do them, I personally just try to find the joke in everything. But if it's something like the stuff that happened this week, you got to find the humanity in that. Yeah. And there are times where vulnerability is important, and sometimes like the audience wants you to say how you really feel, and you look for those elements. You just try not to piss anybody off. But I think if you come at it from a respectful, humble way, I think you can get away with a lot. Because it's really hard not to say stuff when, like, things are happening. Yeah. You know, when people are getting pulled off the air for freedom of speech, like, that is exactly, like, I couldn't just find the joke in that. I got to say what I had to say, and, you know. So, I mean, for what we're doing now, it's like you cannot be pulling people off the air because they disagree with something politically. That's just crazy. And I think that should stand for whatever side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah, that's where, like, things were always like, all right, this is getting bad. There's a lot of things a little. Once I saw that happen, I was like, okay, now, you know what I mean? Now it's getting a little scary because now, like.
Well, where does it stop? And I think
that's the problem.
The biggest thing. So, but the tough thing there is, like, how do you go and talk about that, then transition into something funny? Yeah. So,
I have trouble with podcasts. We have literally, I think we had someone, not to laugh about it, but we had someone come in here and, like, talking about like his problems with substance abuse and how he now, you know, coaches people and now is a mentor. And for me to transition to like a both set of questions where most of the questions are like funny, it's tough. And, you know, with practice, like anything, I'm sure with practice you've gotten better at it.
And sometimes it just takes like, okay, it's a tough transition, but like I did want to ask you about this because, like, listen, we're all feeling it. The audience is probably feeling it as well. And, like, you know what? Let's all be in this together. And sometimes that really helps. And we rely on that a lot on the air, too. So, yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of, we have reached my favorite part of the show. The DJ Both Cassette question. You are now in the mix with DJ Bufka. DJ Bufka said a questions is a game we play at the end of every episode. It's a pretty simple game. We ask you 2 different choices. You just pick one or the other one.
Red pill, blue pill.
All right. First question is always the same. Do you do that every time I do it?
Yeah.
I do little, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, every time.
You gotta give it little, you know.
I know, but
pizzazz.
So it was like a couple weeks ago.
Little spice.
We were doing it a couple weeks ago, an episode. We were doing the intro, and it clicked to me like, all right, I know we say the same things every time, but their mannerisms start being exactly the same. So it's like, this is getting a little robotic, guys. Like, even the sound effects and the way they move and everything. I was just like, all right. And that's what I noticed. Like, do you do that every time I say the first question is always the same?
Think about it like when you're introducing. Think about like when someone's getting introduced and it's like, dun, 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 dun. It's like you add the little.
I get it.
It helps with the whole
I get it. But, you know.
And plus, it's like it's new. We've been doing this since we were kids.
Yeah.
Do you begin the show the same way every time?
Yeah, it's with an intro.
But a pre-recorded intro, you guys go in.
No, it's one that's recorded for us by Mike Styles and Terminology.
Got it.
Okay.
So it's different elements of like just the show and like all the stuff. So it's the same thing like every single day. I think we change it like every 5 years.
Okay.
But when you were like, all right, welcome to the morning show, do you do the exact, or you just kind of?
No, I wait to see where Ashley goes with stuff and I just follow.
Got it.
So it's really like it's unscripted. So we just roll with it.
Okay.
That's how the best is.
Yeah.
Ours is unscripted, but apparently you guys are very creatures of habit,
Man.
and just do the same things every
just
single
happens.
time. I've changed the intros a couple times.
Like
maybe
when is something gonna like something new going? You know what I'm saying?
Gonna creep in.
because it's all organic. Like I didn't say like yo, do the DJ. But I've never said to do that. 1 week.
I don't remember how that.
I don't know when it's.
I want to go back.
Yeah,
built
one
up.
episode they did that, and then they never stopped doing that.
I want to
got
go
longer.
back and I want to just see where the
episode
first
162. So they might have did that episode like 10 and never stopped.
We
doing
tend to
that.
like ad lib each other sometimes, and
And it works well. See, that's what I was gonna say. Like, for you working with your closer friend, it's so much easier to have a conversation or to rib off each other or add little. We've been doing this since we were kids, so it's easy for us to ad lib and add to each other's stuff.
And it makes a difference when like Sanchez uses his PTO a lot here.
I have a family.
He'd be using his days, and then we have a replacement, and then you could tell. Not that our replacement is not good. He does a good job. But
like,
you feel
you're
that
not
like,
in sync with me.
you're supposed to say this when I say this. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
It's like I
Does that happen?
compare-
Like, 'cause I'm sure you guys have
Yes.
vacations and stuff.
Well, me and her have to be on the same vacation. So we're on the same vacation schedule. When she's off, I'm off. You know what I mean? So, but I do feel it when she's gone and I've had to go in there a couple times. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. I'm in my head going like, please shut up. But I compare it to this. It's like a quarterback and a receiver kind of understanding where they need to be. And her and I have built like that sort of thing
like
where
an unspoken.
yes, where she'll do a look and I know where she's heading based off what the conversation is. So I'm ready to be at that point so she can get to this next point. So yeah.
And that's years of.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
First question's always the same. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Let's go.
Yeah, there was a domination that he had that can't be unmatched. And LeBron's he's amazing, but Jordan, there was going to be winning, and that was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank God.
Straight dominance.
Because we had so when we first started the show, I would say 90%, 95% of people said Jordan. Mm-hmm. Then we started getting a little younger crowd on here, and it kind of messed up with our numbers. So we went for like 2 months of people saying LeBron. Me and Ariel looking at each other like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, but they don't understand though. They didn't see him play. They didn't see everything that came with him. They didn't get the commercials. They didn't even understand the fact that he went to baseball, made it to AA, which a lot of people.
I don't ever say that like how crazy it is to people. Like
they don't get it.
They don't get that.
And with more time, could he have made it? Possibly. Yeah. Like, listen, Bo Jackson, Dion. Yeah. Great athletes, right? They played both sports, but I'd argue the fact that they continued playing baseball the entire time, right? Michael Jordan didn't play baseball. He left high school. Like after high school, he didn't play.
Yeah.
So he stopped and then still made it to AA after retiring from baseball. Like that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, right.
And like I played baseball my whole life. AA is no joke. No.
And he hit like 200s. Like that's not bad.
He hit like 280, right?
Yeah, something pretty solid.
Yeah. So. That's like MJ like all day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Especially at 6'6".
Came back in another three-peat.
What?
Yeah.
Especially at 6'6".
Oh, I think he had 6
yeah,
kids.
I never
was like,
thought of that part.
Being
6'6"
as a baseball player is kind of
Trying
wild.
to bat your whole
Aaron
strike zone's
Aaron
huge.
Judge is 6'10".
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he hits 60 home runs a year, I guess.
Man, that's.
Yeah, I didn't know he was 6'10".
Yeah, I don't think he's that tall.
said that.
Like 6'8", 6'9".
And he's Aaron Gordon.
All right, cool.
They're the same person.
Yeah, they do look.
I want to see if Aaron Judge would be so good if he didn't play in that Little League park of Yankee Stadium. Like
That stadium is small. And it's easy to hit home runs. So
yeah.
easy stat pat
right.
there.
Next one,
No green monster.
Biggie or Pac?
Biggie.
Yes.
When Ready to Die came out in '94, I still remember that. It was like life changing for me because that's when I started getting into hip hop, and I'm like, wow, I love this shit. But Biggie, like all day, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And like I respect Pac, like it's great, it was fine and all that stuff, but Biggie, like 1000%.
I remember like Tupac was on the radio a lot, like when he around 97, 98, like
Yeah.
when he passed, and
Jamin plays changes every other hour.
yeah,
That is very
I
true.
remember going to school like
that or
Tupac.
Kendrick, right?
right. That's funny. What was I gonna say? In my humble opinion, I believe Life After Death is the greatest hip hop album of all time.
Oh wow, okay.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's my favorite out of both of those because
If you top to bottom, if you listen to it,
Hypnotized and More Money, More Problems was my first.
Oh, okay. 97-ish, right?
Introduction
Yeah.
to like.
it's funny. You speak about Diddy, but that was my introduction to hip hop music.
Yeah.
Was Bad Boy and like
Facts.
you know the No Way Out. I think No Way Out was one of the first couple CDs I listened to. Like
Oh my god, like yeah, I remember like I was
my
in high
first-
school when all that stuff was happening. Yeah, I was enthralled in that like from day one.
shiny suits and everything. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mace, yeah, Mace was so cool.
I was always big.
I was thinking that, like, I was like, because I was listening to Biggie and Puff, and I was thinking, like, Mace really was like the X factor in this. Like, his voice was like the coolest thing.
wrote
and-
everything.
And every. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
it was like the difference of Biggie's like deeper voice to like Mace's cool, smooth flow. And
then when Mace left, they tried to replace it with Loon.
oh yeah, Loon. It's another Harlem character.
Yeah, but Diddy always made the formula work.
Yeah, he figured.
He's,
Let me get another
like-
Harlem.
like-
he's a great producer
Let me get
too.
another Harlem.
No, but think
When
about-
when Biggie left, he got Shine. Another
Yeah,
True.
but think about this. Imagine you being, because Diddy went from what Uptown to making his own Bad Boy. You have your own record label.
Yeah.
You sign. You strike gold. You hit Biggie. You sign, and then your biggest artist gets killed.
Yeah.
Most companies and most record labels fold after
Yeah.
that. And for him to continue,
And then everybody, like, the Locks left, and then everybody
and
was-
for him to like bring it back and still.
after fighting that case, too, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Shoot
That
it,
was
yeah.
The
That was
10-year
huge.
anniversary.
That was a big... And then after he came back with Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
He had a couple comebacks.
Everybody standing, sitting on top of
he's
the
back.
houses.
Thought he was done.
You know, what's crazy is the 10-year anniversary. I actually got it from, I believe you,
Yes, yeah.
which was my favorite album.
Right.
Because so basically all my albums at that point, I think came either from you or for Jammin', because my mother.
Yeah, I used to give him. Yeah.
Yeah, my mother used to work with your mother.
Yeah.
So, which was always a great relationship, and I was like, I don't know how we even got these every time, because they'll be like,
I still remember every single one of.
I remember being very
you don't even
jealous as a
realize
little
how
kid.
much you influence our
Legit.
love for hip hop without even trying. Like those little albums.
It was probably a throwaway
was the
for you,
spark
but it was
of,
fun
like,
for us.
Busta Rhymes, and we had what was
Genesis.
Oh, I know.
I listened to it today. It was crazy. It's funny.
Busta Rhymes Genesis?
No, Fat Joe.
I was gonna say you listen to Busta
Fat
Rhymes
Joe.
Genesis.
No, it's
today?
Fat Joe. Jealous One Still Envy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Crazy.
yeah,
I was like,
right.
because you had that one too, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, because
these
you
really
were
like
going to the store and buying Busta Rhymes Genesis.
yeah.
Like you
one of
weren't.
these. It's just like the.
It was funny
right.
because you could tell that I didn't go buy them because they were, some swears in it. And if mommy knew that, I wouldn't have got them.
Yeah.
looks.
I used to get them at the station like all the time. There would be boxes of them coming from like just the labels, and I used to get a bunch of them and just
That
give them
started-
away. Yeah.
Started our
So-
imaginary record.
Thank you
record
for that.
label.
Like anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That indirectly led to this podcast.
Indirectly. Look at that.
So thank you.
Yeah. Before I was like, yeah.
There's a couple Britney Spears albums too. I know you didn't want to
know.
mention it.
Honestly,
I know you didn't want to
honestly,
mention it.
Lil
Britney
Backstreet
Spears,
Boys,
you had
That J-Lo
that
one
J-Lo
with her
one
sitting on the
with
couch.
with
Under
big-
Six?
with the big pun and
That was a great album too.
Fat Joe track on there.
yes. What is that song?
Under Six.
It was from that album,
yeah.
but that was the remix.
Feel So Good or Feel So
yeah,
Right.
that
Yeah.
one. That's a good
Wow.
song. Yeah.
So that was like a.
It
I'm gonna say
good time. Good time. I'm
90s
sorry.
music the whole time. Sorry.
Those albums were just like
Again,
legendary.
scrolling through your IG a little bit, do a little research, just like you did to your guests coming in. Better vacation, Paris or Rome?
Oh, Paris. Here's why.
Oui.
I went to Rome 20 years ago. I went to both places 20 years ago, and I have since been back. Rome is a shithole. There is so much graffiti everywhere. It's fucking awful.
Really?
I was so like...
My girl's gonna be so disappointed.
Here's one thing about me that you guys may not know this. I'm a little bougie.
A little bit. Okay.
Rome was a shithole. I was like, there's graffiti everywhere. I didn't fly to Italy to deal with all of this stuff, but there are elements of it that will blow you away, like the Vatican, St. Peter Square. Like you feel like you're in Italy, like amazing. But when you go to Paris, like you feel that lore that people talk about, like Paris, oh my God, like this is Paris. But Italy-wise, Florence is my favorite city in the world. Florence will blow you away. It's a small town in Italy. The food is the absolute best food I've ever had in my life. You can just walk into a piazza, sit at a table, have some wine, and you feel that Italian feel. But Paris over Rome like any day. I won't go back to Rome again, ever again. It was that bad.
Damn.
Like it was
Roman.
awful. And it was like 110. That was the whole thing.
You can't have that.
So if you go back, if you ever go,
110 graffiti.
like it's worth seeing. Like it's worth seeing. But go
Stop
in
by.
like late August. Go in the fall or something. Don't go in July because it's like the sun. But Paris is Paris.
You know what's? They remind me. You know what's a sneaky hot place? DC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Bro, I went to DC and it was literally like.
I haven't been there since I was a kid.
It might have been like October. It was like, and it was hot. Because there's no shade in DC. Like the National Mall where all the
that's right,
monuments
yeah.
there's no shade.
It's just like,
So you're walking around these. First of all, it's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Lincoln
Lincoln-
Steps. Like I don't understand
Lincoln
why they built so
Monument,
many
yeah.
steps. Like
Yeah.
you don't need that many
And they're
steps.
kind of steep too.
Steep as hell. Steep as hell. You been to DC before?
Yeah, we went a couple years ago. I took my whole family there, so we walked like 8 miles a day.
Bro, it was crazy.
It is a lot of walking.
And then my girl's like, "Oh, let's get the bikes."
Yeah.
And then like they try to trick you, but if you do quick math, you'll realize they're robbing the hell out of you. So you looked at it like I'm like, $1 a minute. I was like, no, it was like 25 cents a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, don't you want to get charged by distance, not minutes? So that means when you go to the National Mall, you go to Lincoln, you put your bike to the side and you go like take pictures, you're still getting charged for that bike being on the side.
So you gotta like.
So you're gonna
A
spend
to B.
$80, $90
A to
on
B.
Yeah.
so
You
I
should
was
know
like,
like where I'm headed.
Yeah, they map that out.
Do they have
you
another
gotta-
set?
it would have been like
whacker
$200 for us to walk around, bike around. So I was like, I'll walk.
Station,
But
you could drop it
the
off.
only thing I remember about DC is I was fortunate to see the Constitution, and I mentioned it.
Oh, wow.
Have you seen the Constitution before?
The Library of Congress?
Is it there? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
The rotunda.
Yeah.
Did you try to steal it?
Did you feel it? Because I walked in there and I felt it.
I didn't feel that, no. Why?
Maybe it's just me, but I felt
felt
like,
it.
dude, it was like
Like-
colder
like
in there.
National
The
Treasure.
lights
Like
are
you
really
trying to steal
dim. It's cold.
Tried to steal it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
Tempted.
the first thing I thought.
Roll it
I
up.
think I saw a Snapchat that these guys.
Is there
he's like
a map
stealing.
on the back of this?
That's exactly what I like. Because I'm a
in the
big
oven.
National Treasure guy. So I walked in there and I
Great
like,
movie.
I felt,
No,
I felt the goosebumps. Like, oh.
but to that point, there have been places where I felt that, and then, like absolutely. I went to the Parthenon. I went to the Olympics in 2004.
Amazing.
Athens.
Yeah, and I was in Athens, and I went to the Parthenon. And I was taken aback by it. Like I have had experiences like that, so it's more so for like historical things, but absolutely.
Maybe
like,
I'm just like an American history nerd.
But yeah, but
That's what it is. But I walked in and I was just like,
get goosebumps,
I was talking to
like-
my girl, babe, do you feel that?
like the World Baseball Classic. Like,
Yeah, no, that was excitement. This was like, I think it was like, it was colder in
Yeah.
there. The lights are dim for something.
all the dead
special.
spirits.
Yeah. I feel like you look up and like George is like staring at you. Like, it's
Just
So-
ghosts.
very intimidating.
You said you saw the Vatican. Did you go in and see
we
all
went
the
into the Sistine Chapel. That you feel.
Yeah.
That you
You
feel.
feel the power.
You really do. You like
and the
and-
beauty of it too?
And if you've seen the pictures of all that stuff like online and stuff and like video, it doesn't do it justice.
I bet
It's
it doesn't.
better in person. It's colorful. You're like, oh my god, and it's quiet in there. Yeah, like you do feel that. But yes, I went into the Vatican. Yeah, it's like
that's
really
one
cool.
thing I kind of want to definitely do
Clips
in my
just
life.
performed,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
to
that's
your
crazy.
point, there's stuff in Rome like that's amazing, worth seeing. The food is good, but the graffiti like just like threw me off a bit. Like it was everywhere, like New York City times a million.
That's crazy.
Like I'm not joking.
Damn, I
Subway.
didn't expect that. The little thing you're playing with.
Oh.
The mic picks up. Sorry, I'm used to it.
You would think I've done this before. No.
Your mics might be a little better. You can probably mess around a little bit.
No. They're probably worse. Trust me. Our studio is falling apart, and if you try to get it fixed, they complain. So I just.
It costs money. They're gonna complain. Always.
Okay. I'm definitely right. All right, next one.
Yeah.
Chinese food or Mexican food?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Chinese food. But it makes me feel awful, though.
Yeah. So
we all
That's
agree.
the only thing.
I got a question that I'm gonna add on to this. Since
Yeah.
you're a local, what's your local Chinese food spot?
It's not there anymore. Do you want to know where it used to be? Is Leslie's Retreat is there? Is that still there? It's in North Salem. Know where the 7-Eleven is?
Yeah,
On
Hong Kong.
on North Street.
Yes, it used to be just as you came down.
it's
There
not
used to be
there
like a car wash there.
Okay.
That's gone.
HMA,
There's
that's gone,
HMA.
Yeah.
yeah, so it was right on the corner there where you take a left onto Mason Street.
There's no Chinese food.
Yeah, the one that used to be there, a hole in the wall place, was amazing.
We thought we got excited.
Happy
We thought
House.
you were gonna say Happy House, and we were about
Happy
to
House,
lose. We were
remember
about to lose
Happy
our
House,
shit.
like I remember as a kid, and then Honga used to be on Boston Street. That one we used to love. Yeah.
I feel like it's just
That's crazy that Honga came up.
That's still there, right?
Yeah,
still
just a
there.
reoccurring, like everybody has
Happy
a-
House was the
shout 'em out
king
every
for a
episode.
while.
I feel like that's a consistent one, right? That's
Yes.
like really good. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's funny.
Yeah, it seems like every guest has had like an experience with
Hongas,
Hongas.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, yeah.
Fifth from Salem, you know.
Say, what's your
Hongas.
favorite? It's like, I got Hongas. It's the place.
Now the other one that I used to go to was really good because it was open like till 2 a.m.
Oh,
So that's why.
Bring that back.
Yeah.
There's nothing open at 2 a.m. in
Never.
Salem anymore.
Really?
Never.
Bill and Bob's,
Close
Oh,
that.
like
those-
Yeah,
the
Bill and Bob's.
at least.
I think that's the
all
only
they
place.
got.
It used to be
Other than
Sam-
like fast food.
Remember Sammy's?
Sammy's was
Closed
great.
now.
with Sammy's what Big Fred's turned into.
Yeah. Shout out Sammy's.
Yeah, right.
I think it's something else now.
Yeah, but good memories.
Yeah.
I got across from Domino's and everything.
Oh yeah.
True. All right. Some Boston actors. Another thing I got from my IG. Ben Affleck or Mark Wahlberg?
In what regard?
Whatever you believe.
Actually, no, let's, because that was a broad question. You're right. Whose movies you like better?
Ben Affleck. There's a grittiness to his films, especially like The Town.
Yeah,
That's
like
my
The
favorite. That's one of my
Town.
favorite.
That changed the whole like.
I
Yeah.
think that changed how we look at Ben Affleck. There's
I think so too, because of the way he like portrayed Boston, or like he started tapping into like Boston culture more.
Yes,
around
and he
that.
just gets it.
Yeah.
Nothing against Mark, and Mark is really generous when he has a film coming out. He always invite like Boston people, and he does these events. But I think Ben Affleck films and his love for Boston and the way he features it is a lot better.
My favorite, my favorite story of Ben Affleck is that he almost lost an acting role just because he refused to wear a Yankee hat.
Oh, really?
That's
He
like-
literally, I think it was like Gone Girl or something
Gone
like that.
Girl,
I was bring up Gone Girl,
So
yeah.
if you see the movie, I think he wears a Mets hat because that's his compromise.
Yeah.
Because he's like, the actor,
funny. But off the
the
book.
director's like, dude, like, we need you to wear a Yankee hat. He's like, no, because it's just going to be a meme. It's going to be all over
off
the
the book.
place. Like, I'm never going to live this down. And he's literally like, a hard no, like, I'm not. And that's why I was like, I won't put a Yankee hat on for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I have a Detroit hat just to. That's my.
The Yankee
That's
hat.
my Yankee hat because
The
it
Yankee,
has the Navy.
let's be real. Yankee hats are fresh as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
They
know.
really are, but
Sometimes you
unfortunately,
need
I
a
can't wear it.
navy and white hat. I don't know.
Do you guys remember the ESPN commercial where
David Ortiz?
Big
Yes,
Poppy,
yes.
he goes, Wally, and Wally turns the season with the Yankee hat and he
You
just
have
like
any,
storms
you
off.
have any Big Poppy stories?
I do. There was one. We were super young, and I was in radio at the time, and we were at some event, and then he brought us in, and he was playing cards, and it was cool. Everybody was just hanging out. David Wells was there. Brandon, I think the Yankees were in town. Like that was really cool. I think that's the only one that I had that I can remember. I'm sure when I'm in the car on the way home, like, oh, I forgot about this one, but I think that's the only one that I think is really like that. And I know Pup, who I work with, goes and does his
DJ
events like
Pup
all the
Dog.
time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pup Dog.
And,
Absolutely. A
in
legend.
DR. But yeah, I think it's the only one I really have that I remember.
So we have one of our cousins work at the Red Sox, so which we've been trying to like, dude, like, all right, Big Poppy might not be. I understand he's busy, but like the 12th man on the Red Sox could probably come through with this podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like, come on, help us out.
Yeah.
All right, next one. Rush Hour movies or the Friday movies?
Rush Hour, I think. Yeah. And not because I think one is better than the other. I just never got into the Friday ones, but the Rush Hour ones I happened just to stumble on one time when I was away. Do you know who turned down the role that Chris Tucker took? Was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been different.
It would have.
A lot
so
different.
different. Yeah, right?
I just
Him
don't
and
see
Jackie?
them. Yeah, I don't see them blending as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Especially that time.
I think it blends better because like I think we can both agree Jackie Chan at that time was a bigger star than Chris Tucker.
Yes, like
so I don't
absolutely.
know if that dynamic worked because Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
was fucking Eddie
But
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy still understands how to work off somebody. If you go
Yeah.
back to like those buddy cop films that he did like so early on, he just works so well with
Beverly
Hours.
Hills Cop.
Not saying it would have been better. Maybe I would have said, "Hey, I would like to see what that was."
Yeah. But a different take to it.
Definitely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I remember. So I think the interview that he's brought that up. He did the one where he's like,
Hollow Man.
yes, Holy Man.
Holy man.
Which honestly, until you brought it up, that video, I'm like, I don't even remember that movie
I
at
used to
all.
watch, I
terrible.
remember like watching all his movies and then like remember the library how I had movies we could
You went to
I would that one was the only one I'm like I'm not watching that. Yeah, the Holy Man I'm like
Nah.
I think Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah.
That's probably one
Number
of my
2 is
favorites.
my favorite.
Yeah, two.
I still watched the new one.
It's pretty good. Honestly, it's pretty good.
It's more nostalgia than anything.
Nah, I think I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Sometimes
teach their
nostalgia's
own.
good.
No, because sometimes you like, unfortunately, Hollywood, we see the like. I heard they were making Heat too. I'm like, come on.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you see all these like.
But I'm reading the book though. The book is really good. It's more of a prequel.
Okay.
And you see some of the stuff they did before. Now I get it. He doesn't need a sequel.
No.
Because what are you gonna do? In the
it's
book,
already a
they do
remake.
go on because they tell two stories. They tell the after one, and then they tell the before. The before is a lot more interesting than the after
So
one.
are they doing like a Godfather 2 feel where you kind of just bounce back and forth? Like,
Well, they really can't now because Val Kilmer's dead.
that's true.
So,
R.I.P. Val
but
Kilmer.
the before, I would be interested because you see how they became such a tight crew and some stuff that they pulled off beforehand was really
Any
like,
heist movies is
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Man,
It's
that's
gonna- you
why
got
this-
me.
that's
One of the
why
best.
even though,
Ocean's
like, Fast
11 is
and
my
the Furious
favorite.
Yeah.
kind of got away from the racing and stuff. It's still a good heist going on, you know.
Is
It's
it,
always
though?
A little actiony.
Did you need to go to space in a Honda?
Which one was that one?
They came out and they
just watched
came out and said like, yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
The Fast Furious is like, yeah, we might have went too far on that.
I'm at 8 right now. I was watching all the.
You'll get there.
Yeah,
Still get there.
That's 9, right?
Cardi B's in
What's
it too.
your favorite Rush Hour movie?
which one's one that was filmed in Paris? Was 3, right?
Three's in Paris.
3, that one. I actually was there when they were filming it, and that's why.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I've been weird. Just
I'm about to watch
is that
it.
Jackie Chan?
There's a chase scene, and we were running to like the gym,
gonna
and
be in the
I remember
background.
being like, "Oh, this is like a movie." So then I watched it. I was watching, I think, the trailer. I'm like, "That looks familiar." I'm like, "Holy shit, that was what they were filming."
That's
Then I
hilarious.
watched the movie. So yeah.
Got it. That's funny. All right, next one. It seems like you travel quite a bit. Window or aisle seat?
I would like the window seat, but my wife takes the window seat because she's afraid to fly, and for some reason she needs to look out the window when there's turbulence because that's going to solve the issue.
I don't understand.
So I usually end up sitting on the aisle because then my youngest son is in between us, and then my other 3 kids are on the other side. So by default, I get the aisle, but I prefer the window seat.
I don't really care for which one, but not unfortunately, my girl has the same. I think a lot of wives and girlfriends have the same thing. She'll grab onto your arm like, what am I gonna do?
Oh, yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What's
gonna
this
fly
gonna
away.
do?
and I tell her, this is not the best thing to tell her. Like, listen, if the plane's gonna go down, there's nothing we could do about it.
No, literally.
So like,
I'll fly away. It's fine.
that kind of helps me think like, listen, it's literally God's choice if this goes down. So like, what am I gonna be with? But I'm a guy like I'm gonna pop in Titanic, and that's what I'm gonna watch. And I'll be.
Why?
I watch Titanic.
You're gonna watch a boat sink while you're on the plane, trying
It's
not
'cause
to crash.
I've said this before. Most of my flights are to either like Florida or DR. It's around 3 hours.
Exactly 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a 3-hour movie?
Titanic, yeah.
I've watched it so many times.
With Batman.
Or the Batman.
Yeah.
Last time I
That's
watched
my new one. That's my new 3-hour that
what
I keep.
was a 3-hour movie I watched last time?
It's always on the
Isn't
flight.
Avatar like that long?
I think it was Avatar was the last one I
That's a good
watched.
That's a good 3 hours.
Actually, now these movies are all getting long as hell. So
I know.
Yeah.
I don't make it through any of them.
I know. I can't watch a movie past 8 o'clock. That's my deadline.
Yeah.
If you want to start something after 8, even 10 o'clock is my TV show.
Yeah.
Anything after 10, I'm like, YouTube it is.
And it has to be like a half hour.
That's all I got. That's all I got. All right. If you had to do one, skydiving or bungee jumping?
Probably skydiving. Like, listen, both of them I prefer not to do, but I hear that skydiving is such a great feeling, and like it's worth it right after the jump. So I think I would do that one. You know, there's a skydiving place right by my house, and I see them parachuting like every day. And I'm like, I hear it's great, but I'm just so fearful. That'd be
weird. I don't know if I want to live like you just driving down the street and just people falling out the air.
Well, you see the parachutes.
I hope so.
Well, first of all, you actually hear them when they open up like the parachute. It sounds really weird, but then you see them just floating down. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I guess it was skydiving.
I do like we said, skydiving is for us. I don't know if it's logical, but it seems safer than bungee jumping. I think it's safer.
Yeah, absolutely safer.
Like you said before, I think Fresh Prince ruined bungee jumping
absolutely
for
different
everybody, a whole generation.
Will you?
Well, that's the last time I do that. I just don't like the fact that I just don't like the fact that like there's a 300-pound man strapped to my
Who's
back.
Who's going to be 300 pounds? He's supposed to be relatively to your weight.
For dramatic effect, I said 300 pounds.
You're going to sink.
That should be all right with this parachute.
Like, can you just teach me how to do this? Like, you have
pull this one. If this one doesn't work, I pull this one.
Yeah, it goes by
altitude. Right? It goes out.
It automatically
like opens. Automatic. Okay.
Yeah. So the second one automatically opens.
Yeah, especially
so if you don't do it, it's like, hey, I'm opening no matter what.
Okay.
This day and age, they should have
some
on point parachutes.
Right there. So it should be pretty high tech at this point.
At this point, it should know where.
Mission Impossible style.
Yeah. Shout out to Tom Cruise.
A real superhero.
My theory about Tom Cruise is the Mission Impossible movies are not movies. They're literally just documentaries. And Tom Cruise is saving the world every time.
All his stunts.
Yeah.
I'm like with the fake face.
The fake face.
I haven't seen the last one, but it's on digital now.
I know. I gotta watch it. You know what? Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna watch
pretty good. It's pretty good.
I see
theaters.
The one where he like,
actually got the briefcase.
You see the one where he takes a motorcycle and just jumps off a cliff. Yeah. And then I saw the behind the scenes, and all the supporting actors are like he's having a heart attack. Yeah. Like that. There goes Tom Cruise.
My favorite part of all these behind the scenes things is like you think it's all CGI, and it's like no, they CGI like this thing out the way. That's it. Like it'll be like in the picture he jumps off or hang on the plane.
Or Abu Dhabi when he climbed the building, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a set.
You think it's all
he climbed
CGI.
the building?
No, they'll just take off like a little star or a little map over here. Like that's out of here.
Wasn't he flying the jets too?
And Top Gun too.
Those are all real. Like they're really flying.
Yeah. Well,
like
some of them have person on the camera right here, and then the actual pilot behind. Tom Cruise is no. I'm doing it. I don't need you. Just film. Like, all right, buddy, you're crazy. Yeah, he learns how to do everything. That's why he's. I'm
just afraid.
One day,
knock on wood. Some crocodile hunter shit. You keep fucking around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You keep fucking around. Eventually,
right.
They're doing that stunt award now for the Oscars.
A stunt award that Jackie Chan should have got for his whole career.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's sad.
Which most people don't understand.
Yeah.
Poor Jackie.
I
heard he was like thinking of Russia. I'm like, I don't want to see Jackie in any more movies. I'm sorry. Like I don't.
To do another Russia.
His movies are still pretty good now.
I want him to be like,
but
it's mentor.
Obviously,
I don't want him fighting anybody. But it's like the last Equalizer with Denzel. It's like, all right, buddy, you're getting a little old. You know what I mean? Like,
I definitely seen because I watched them.
They put it into the script though. They're like, okay, you heard.
Movement's a little like, you know what I mean?
Makes sense now.
But I get it. All right, next one. Big beef that happened. Obviously, Drake or Kendrick.
You know, I'm not a hip hop head like that, but I will say I can tell you that Kendrick definitely won.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely won. Yeah. So to say which one I prefer, I don't listen to either of them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Was there a big conspiracy theories here? You know, the whole lawsuit and shit.
Oh, okay.
Was there a big push from the radio? Like, listen, we need to play Kendrick as much.
Here's what I'll tell you. I don't get involved in that side of what we do at work, but there is research that backs every song that we play on the air, like immense research that goes behind the scenes. Yeah. Whether something happened behind there, that I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I will say if we're playing it, it's because it got tested and it tested well. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who did the testing. I don't know if something happened back then, but I have heard that.
Yeah. And because before the beef, like we heard Kendrick, but after it's like,
and he was everywhere. So I don't know. I mean, conspiracy theories sometimes are true. So
yeah, so was Drake though everywhere too. He had like 100 songs out.
That's true.
So it's like, yeah,
but not as often. Jake back in the day, 5 years ago, Drake could say anything, and that's a radio single. And now it's kind of like he dropped music and it doesn't really chart as much as it used to. But that might be just people getting tired of him. Who knows?
True.
Next question. Would you rather have a personal chef or a personal driver?
Personal chef, because I don't mind driving.
I hate driving.
I would like the meals made for me because I have to do a lot of prep cooking. So I would love not to spend as much time like doing that. So
Right, and the chef can get you all the perfect. They can get your nutrients perfectly. You got nutrition.
or you know what it would be, just to mix it up because
Yeah.
I eat the same shit like every day. So yeah.
I can't meal prep because of that.
Yeah.
By the third day, I'm like, I don't want chicken and rice again.
Yeah. Well, you know what helps me is just looking forward to Sunday, that one meal where I can eat whatever I want. So yeah.
Do you still do like CrossFit and all that stuff?
I don't anymore. Now I do like strength training, but just not cross. I'm too old for that. Like it beats on your body a lot. It was fun, but I know I work out at home now and I'm having fun. I'm not hurting as much. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a new thing around. Everybody wants me to sign up for a race or something like that. I'm like,
mud
dude, I
race,
just
right?
got into this. Like,
Spartan race?
I was very inconsistent with the gym most of my life. I got into my 30s. I was like, you know, I gotta, I gotta, figure this shit out. So now I'm at least 3 to 4 times a week. I'm cool with that. I don't need to run no Spartan race or the Fenway race and like all this stuff. And now everybody wants to do a marathon. I've never in my life met so many marathons. We had like 5 of them here. 5 of my friends ran marathons and we had them all here. I'm like, and before you guys, I never even met somebody winning a
I've done
marathon.
6 of them.
There you go.
What?
Yeah.
Like full marathons?
Full, yeah.
Boston?
Not done Boston. I did New York 5 times and Chicago 1 time.
I go to Chicago too. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't, it's
That's wild. Yeah.
When was the last time you did it?
what year is this right now? 2025? 22?
Okay.
Oh, damn.
22 or 23? I think it's 22.
Oh, real recent.
Yeah, that was pretty
22,
recent.
yeah.
So you could probably still run.
I can,
good
no, I can't
amount.
run 26 miles. I can tell you that. I could probably run 5 and feel good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think like it just takes so much time to train. It's not so much the training day for me. That's a lot. It's not the race day for me. It's the training. Because like there were times on the weekends where I'm gone 3-4 hours in the morning and you feel like the day's going by and you feel like you have to get up and everything revolves around that long run and you got to prepare for it. You're eating something the night before, then you're running that day, then you get home and you don't want to do anything, but you still have to like be a husband, a dad, and then, all this stuff. But then the race day is fun. I mean, it comes to a point where you hit mile 22 and you want to die. And you're negotiating.
What do you mean?
For the rest of the race, you're just like, all right, just finish this. You'll be fine. You'll get to eat. You'll get to do all these things. You're negotiating with yourself at the end. But when you finish, it's like really cool.
That must feel like
I don't know.
I don't know if
an
I'll ever get
accomplishment
there.
that
Well,
like.
put it this way. I've done them where I've been in shape and trained well. There are other times where I lacked on the training and I felt like shit. But it's definitely better if you do the training. So,
I was thinking that. All right, last but not least, she just dropped an album today. Pretty good, honestly. Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Cardi B.
There you go.
All day. Yeah. Nicki's not nice.
I don't think she
She's
is.
not a nice person.
I didn't think she was.
Yeah. And her husband's even worse. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
When's the last time have you seen Nicki and...
On the radio, at least.
I saw it in person.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj in person. I'm trying to think of the year. 2019? No, 2018. Like around there sometime. There was somebody that we worked with. And this was another time when she came, maybe 2015. He got busted taking a picture of her ass. The bodyguard made him delete the picture. He almost got fired. Like all this
That's
shit.
crazy. That's crazy.
Like
That's out of pocket.
Like be professional. That's what you're doing. And if you're gonna do it, be a little more slick than that. So, but yeah, she's not nice. I do have a picture on my Facebook of her someplace of us like together. But
I wouldn't
Cardi
imagine
all
she
day.
was. Yeah. Cardi seems... Well, maybe she's Dominican.
She's like
She's like
very-
literally, we've met... Everybody
yeah.
knows a Cardi B. You know what I mean? Like we've met her before. Even if you haven't met her, you
Maybe
met
not
her.
that like exaggerated, but like something like
We know who she is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi B.
yeah,
I met a few of them.
yeah.
Yeah. Nicki just seems like standoffish to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
All right, shout outs.
Shout
We're
out.
gonna shout out Uneducated MMA. We're gonna
Absolutely.
shout out
Yes, sir.
Jamie 94.5.
Yes, sir.
Shout out the
This is
nerd
part of the show
gods.
where you shout out whoever you want.
Shout out to you guys for having me on here.
All right,
bro.
shout out
I've
to
known
you
you guys
coming
for like
by.
a long time, and you guys have your stuff together, and it's impressive because not a lot of people who do this have their shit together. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That means a lot. Coming from
definitely,
you,
and
honestly.
I consult in this world. I spend a lot of time in this world. I'm constantly like watching content and all this stuff. So you guys are doing it right.
All right. Appreciate
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Santi, thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for all the albums you get.
Thank you for
and
creating
indirectly
this.
creating 806 the show. Right?
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you guys subscribe to us on YouTube, like all that stuff.
All that fun stuff.
Co-host REG, co-host Sanchez, I'm Melly Mel. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Subtle.
Fire, 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 fire.
806 The Show is a proud member of the Vibe Entertainment family, so make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as Facebook and the Gram. Leave us some comments, hit us with some likes, show us some love. You already know. It's 806 The Show.
806 The Show,